Welcome to another St. By Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of What the Hell Is That? An ongoing Hunter the Reckoning chronicle set in St. Petersburg, Florida. We are St. Pete by Night. You can find us on all social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Not only do we run Hunter the Reckoning, we also run Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse. Come and check us out. We've got a backdated catalogue of episodes. We've got you going for hours. We also have, over on the SPbN.com website, some amazing information on the tables, storytellers, staff, and stories that are playing at the moment. Not to mention some of our one-of-a-kind features on there. Go and have a look. Tonight, I am joined by this amazing table of players, but I am Cole, also known as Coldark, across all socials, and I will be your storyteller this evening. Take it away, folks.
Hi, my name is Chandler, or Kingdom0905, where you can find me on TikTok and other things, and I'm playing William Barnett, the scientist in the chair.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Ella Gaines, and you can find me at Vampire Kaylee May on TikTok.
Howdy ho, neighbors. My name's John, and you can find me on TikTok at that nerd guy, and I will be playing the ever faithful Nicholas Flynn.
Hi, I'm Nexus. Bonjour. I'm playing Victor Hollow, the marksman of the team.
Hey, I'm Nabbers. I'm on Nabbersrar on TikTok. That's pretty much it. I play Emory Gaines, the better marshal.
And as a group, they make up a rather interesting cell, I'll tell you that much. But tonight, we are going to start off with our member that we finished with in episode 2, Mr. Victor Hollow. So we're now going to cross to Victor. You had been enjoying an amazing afternoon with Lily and with Brayden. Getting to know him, you had the idea, well, Lily put it forward. A bit begrudgingly, I'm aware, but, you do what you do for your sister. Pizza guy bought up a package that had a phone in it. Victor, being who he is, takes it out, answers the call. He's told he has something waiting downstairs for him. You walk downstairs, and after being assured on the phone that the individual who'd been causing you issues, one Dr. Cecilia Kruger, had been reprimanded for her actions, would no longer be an issue for you. A black car pulls up, and you're told that there is a surprise waiting in there for you. The door opens, and you are faced with none other than Sarah Hollow, your mother, who went missing 2 years ago when your father died, and whom you yourself were pulled into question and under suspect for her disappearance. You made the decision to step into the vehicle. And as she looks up at you, the very familiar smell of her perfume surrounds you. And she sort of reaches out and as if to touch your face, but stops. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you have so many questions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's been so long.
Why now? Wow. Where were you?
I can explain, just not here. We need to go somewhere more secure. His eyes and ears. I'm sure you understand.
I guess.
As she sort of leans forward and to the office, through what appears to be a speakerphone to a driver in the front, you see a confidence and an assurity in her that you haven't seen before or you don't remember. She was never a quiet or demure woman. She was always present. But there is definitely an assertiveness about her that you haven't seen or you don't remember. I mean, it has been a while, 2 years since she went missing. And then the time before that you were deployed because you came home to see your family, to find everything had happened. And as the car starts to pull away, she turns to you and she says, "How's Lily? Is she okay?"
Yeah, she's fine, yeah. I mean, she's upstairs. I mean,
Is she alone? Do you need to go back to her?
yeah, maybe, but we have something to talk. I'm freaking out right now.
I know, and I wish I could explain more, and I can't just now. We need to be somewhere more secure first.
Yeah, I know. How did you find me?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
You're killing me right now. Okay.
Look, it's only a short drive. We won't take long, I promise. Here, and she sort of reaches forward, and there's a small little fridge, and she grabs out a bottle of cold water for you. Here, have a drink and just breathe. It's a lot to take in. I know.
As you do that, yeah. Sorry, go on.
And after a while, it has been a few years, but yeah.
As he do that, especially because he's so in panic mode, basically, he's going to ascertain if he can get out of the car if he forced the door. Is like the car has tinted windows, but is there anything else to prevent from, quitting the vehicle or something like that? It's just,
Wits and awareness.
it's a
please.
lot.
Wits and awareness, please. As you essentially check for an exit strategy of the vehicle. Yeah.
5 success.
With 5 successes, yes, the doors have locked as the car pulled away, but it appears to be sort of that normal automatic locking mechanism that often happens as you start to move in a newer vehicle. The windows are tinted, but not excessively so. So they're a dark tint, but you can still see out of them, not a problem. It doesn't appear that there are still door handles on the inside of the vehicle. It doesn't appear to be anything that would be stopping you from getting out should you choose to.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say with that 5 successes, even in your panicked state, you are able to sort of get a feel for the direction you guys and where you're going. It is tricky to sort of not look at your mother because it's kind of an odd situation.
Yeah.
But you do see that you guys are starting to head south slightly. And sort of inland a bit. You drive for maybe about 10 or 15 minutes. She asks a few small, mundane questions about, so how's work? Where are you working now? Are you not in the army anymore?
No. I had Lily to take care.
Of course.
You. I mean, you left us,
Yeah, I know.
You had to take care of her.
You were the only reason I was happy to leave. I knew that you would. You've always taken care of your sister. I wasn't happy to leave, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and it's not an easy thing. She sort of...
Yeah.
You do see her start to sort of fidget with her finger, and you see that she is still wearing her wedding band. She's never doesn't look like she's ever taken it off. Okay,
What was the feel, the how to say that, what was the feeling I got from when she touched the cheek of Victor, she had...
She was warm. She never actually touched you. But
Oh.
she appears like pink-faced, and with that awareness roll, she seems normal.
Yeah. Right now, Victor's mind is going like 300 miles per hour, thinking all the possibilities, thinking all the what the fuck is going on here. He has just a gun, a pistol, and his phone on him, and that's it.
Yep. His wallet doesn't have anything.
No, he's thinking like it was a bad idea to live like that, but he was so stunned in the moment.
At least you
He's
messaged Lily
just...
to let her know that you were going.
Yeah. He's just waiting for the time or she's going to speak.
as you sit in very tense silence. There's not even any music playing in the car. She clears her throat a couple of times, points out something interesting outside the window, like a bird that you used to like, little things. Trying to break the ice but struggling. And you eventually come to a slightly industrial area and a warehouse. But it's not like a warehouse, it's almost more like an office building than a warehouse, if that makes sense. But the vehicle comes to what appears to be a security garage door and then enters as the garage door closes behind the vehicle. There is no name. There is no name on the front of the vehicle. On the front of the building. Then there is no identifying features.
I have a little burner phone, right? I have just the contacts of Sally and the others into this poor burner phone, and maybe Lily, and that's it. Do she prevent me to use my phone, or?
If you pull your phone out, are you going to try and send a message or make a phone call?
Just like to ascertain, what she thinks, or maybe just watching the hour, the time.
So you pull your phone out, she goes, I understand that you're worried. Please, if you want to leave, I will not stop you. Nobody here will stop you from leaving, if that's what you want. I just needed to talk to you somewhere secure.
Yeah.
And as the car stops,
I know.
the engine turns off. The driver gets out and opens the door. They are about 5'10", fairly solid frame, buzz cut, heavy set, sort of dark eyes, just sort of looks like a very average bodyguard sort of guy. It's just like gives you a nod, stands out holding the door open.
She's going to get out of the car.
She follows, steps out. She is wearing quite a nice sort of a suit set, like two-piece suit. A lot more elegant and modern and classy than you remembered her dressing as well. And she sort of turns to you and goes, don't mind Adam here, he's just my driver for the day.
Okay.
She turns to him, please stay with the vehicle. I'll let you know if you're needed for any other transport this evening or today. He sort of gives a nod. Yes, ma'am. Closes the door, hops back in the car and parks it and just sort of stands next to it and waiting. Looking for all the world like a bored taxi driver, really. As she gestures and goes, here, follow me.
He's going to Taylor. Yeah.
And leads you to an elevator.
Okay.
As you enter the elevator and she closes the doors, she doesn't push up, she pushes down to the basement. And when you sort of the elevator ding, doors open. You walk into what appears for all the world to be a modern office. Fairly stark white walls, minimalistic setup, it's like a plant in the corner. You know, could be any capitalist sort of building, realistically. There is a receptionist behind a desk. who nods at the both of you. Miss Hollow. Mr. Hollow.
Do I recognize her? No.
And Sarah sort of turns to you and she's like, don't mind her. A mother likes to brag about her children, you know?
Yeah.
As she leads you
Yes.
into an actual office down a hallway. It's not huge, but it's well set. She gestures you to a seat on the other side of her desk, and she sort of sits down and had a bit of a career change, as you can see.
It's sure like it's fancy, I guess.
I'm well cared for here. They let me come down here because I knew you'd be here. I've been hoping we could meet, but I had to wait for the right time.
We are good right now.
Yeah, we're fine. Again, if you want to leave,
No.
I'm never gonna
No,
stop
no.
you.
Because if I, start asking questions, I don't want any more like, no, we have to go deeper and goes
No.
nowhere. I don't know.
No, we can talk here freely. Very freely here. We're fine.
He's going to look for cameras or any devices of it listening here.
Wits awareness. If you are looking with your eyes. If you want to actually get up and look around and poke in all the corners, that is a wits investigation roll. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm not in my domicile. I think I'm good right now.
Okay.
I don't want to offend anybody. Three successes.
With 3 successes, you can see there is a motion detection camera in the corner. It does not appear to be an actual recording device, however, from your knowledge. It does look like one of those sort of motion detection little devices. Doesn't appear to be anything
okay.
recording.
Okay. Forgive me, but it's a fucking lot. So I'm going to ask like the most obvious thing. What happened?
When you say that, I want you to make me a wits and insight roll, please. And know that this will be your wits and insight roll for the remainder of this conversation.
Going to reroll that.
Please keep a track of your willpower.
Yeah. 5 successes in the crit.
5 successes with a crit. Okay. So at that, sorry, I'm just writing this down so I've got it for later if needed. You see her face. She keeps a fairly good face on, but you see sadness and fear flicker behind the mask. Her face almost drops momentarily as she stops. She sort of swallows, takes a deep breath to calm herself and goes, there were so many things that happened when it happened. I couldn't change or fix what happened to Michael. I couldn't stay there. Otherwise, I'd be absolutely no use to you or to Lily ever again in the future. I had to go and fast and I had someone that helped me. They helped me get out, and they kept me safe and hidden and told me that they would make sure you and Lily were safe. I had to. I'm so sorry.
What happened to Dad?
Victor, I need you to understand. Whatever I tell you right now, I'm still your mother. When you went away, you left and you went on deployment and you joined the army and followed your dreams. You did what you did. You did what you had to do. Your dad lost his job and we needed money. And I took a job as a secretary for a company up near home. And they do research and they offered me money if I participated in the research studies. And it was good money. It was really good money. But there were some things that started changing and I didn't know what was happening. And one night, your father and I got into an argument. He was supposed to pick Lily up that night and he didn't. And someone called us and told us that someone else had picked her up. And we didn't know it was you. And I got so mad at him thinking that something had happened to Lily, because she's the only one we had left at home. And I don't know, a switch, it flicked in my head and I don't know what happened, but I woke up and he was dead and I was covered in blood and there was, Victor, I couldn't change it. I don't know what was wrong. So I ran and I ran out of the door and I didn't know. I panicked and I just started running and running. And then she found me and she brought me in and made sure that I was safe, and she told me that she would take care of you and Lily and that everything would be okay. And now I'm here and I work here, and they told me I couldn't be with you guys anymore in case I did that to you as well. I'm okay now. I know how to, it doesn't happen anymore. It did for a bit, but it doesn't anymore. But you're alive and you're safe and you're here. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's going to take a chair, flip it so the back of the chair is on his, front. You killed him.
I didn't. What's in here did. And I didn't know how to control it then. Now I do. And I didn't.
Okay. Go back. What the fuck? you just disappear, and now you're fucking serving me this bullshit story. I will listen. Just. You can't. You can't be sincere right now. You can't tell me the truth. I don't believe you. My mom didn't do such things.
As you say that, her face just falls. I am not who you remember anymore. I had to become harder and harsher to deal with this.
What do they have on you? So they're keeping you here?
No,
Are you prisoner?
No. But here I
So you are willingly here.
because I can learn and they keep me safe and away from the authorities.
Say from what?
Victor, I tore my own husband limb from limb. What do you think they would do to me in prison?
What happened? Why? Like you have no idea what happened. How you get into this mess? They give you a job, and
They gave me training.
and you blacked out.
The way it was explained to me by the doctors is it had to do with the injections that they were giving me as part of the experimentation. It unlocks a part of who you are. It unlocks a more primal version of you. And in unlocking that primal version of yourself, if you don't know how to control it, it can take over and act.
So you're sick
No.
because of what they did.
You're so much like your father.
Now we're bonding over that.
Let me explain in a different way, in a way you might understand. What they did was make me stronger. They made me more capable, more aware. They made me... And she locks eyes with you. And her eyes go from the green that you had always known they were. They flash golden.
He doesn't know a lot about those things. He's just baffled and baffled and baffled again, and he's just, what the fuck is happening here?
So I know this is a lot. But look, I don't want to put too much on you right now. This is a lot already. But
It's too late for that.
I need...
If you are here and if you found me, so you know what I'm doing. So that's too late for keeping things from me right now. I'm trying to get Lily not involved with this already. And that's odd when I get threatened with Lily in the house.
How else was I going to get you to come and talk to me? Without her seeing me. Victor, I don't have a lot of time left here in Florida. But I'm going to be very honest with you right now. You and your friends have created a big problem. And at this point, you see her demeanor shift as she puts both her hands, stands up, puts both of her hands on the desk and leans over towards you. And she almost shifts from being emotional to being very cold. She goes, look, I want to be able to explain more to you right now. But I have this opportunity because of the work that I have done and the research I have helped work on. They gave me this so I could talk to you and try and convince you and your friends to back down. You guys have started playing with something you do not understand. It is bigger than you can imagine. And if you keep going, you will probably not survive, and I can't lose you again.
You realize in what position you make me right now. I wasn't involved. I wasn't personally involved with that. Okay?
Do you understand that you understand who your friends are looking into and what they're doing, right? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
The actions that they're taking? The employees that they're burning?
What do you mean by that?
Sometimes my boss likes to bite off more than he can chew. And apparently he has with you. The problem is when he bites off more than he can chew, or he takes on more than he thinks he can handle, it gets cut apart into tiny pieces and strewn about the plate for easier consumption. Victor, I don't want you to become a morsel in his plate. You and your friends need to step down and stop looking into Sable.
And if we comply, what good thing can happen to us? I mean, that's a threat, right?
You'll live. You'll live. You'll get to live. You will get to take Lily and leave Florida and live.
Who helped you?
Many people have helped me over the years.
When you ran, you say one people helped you.
Don't make me answer that, Victor.
Why, Sally?
I don't know why.
Why Dr. Robert?
Everybody who works here is here for a reason. They take in the ones that no one wants. They take in the ones that have nowhere else to go. They take in people who have given up. They take in people who have lost everything, and they help us rebuild, Victor. And they give us a reason to still stay alive. They give us a reason to keep fighting. Look, you have a couple of choices right now. You can convince your group to back down and leave Sable alone. You can keep fighting, and I'll lose you again. It's okay. If you fight, I will make sure Lily is safe. If you need work that's better than a coffee shop, I can help you. You have an amazingly keen mind. Yes?
Just a sec. Need a traduction, just a sec.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I-
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop you right there. Let the name Lily stay out of your fucking mouth right now. Until I have all, and I say all with a big A, the answers of my question, I can't promise anything.
Well, then you need to make a decision. I can't give you all of the answers.
Yeah.
If you want all of the answers, there's only one way that I can give them to you. But you would need to make a commitment.
No. That's not going to work like that.
Then I
You just don't
can't.
disappear for fucking 10 years, maybe more.
2.
Yeah.
2. Not 10.
I don't recognize you anymore. It's the same for me.
Grief does a lot of strange things to somebody.
I think we're done here.
Okay. Well, should you want your answers, she pulls a card out of the breast pocket and slides it across the table towards you.
It's going to take it.
Your memory is slightly triggered. You remember a card that another member of your party had. It is a black card with a gently, ever so subtly embossed S on it. And there is a raised thumb section on it. Almost appears like there's something in between it. It looks almost identical to one that Emory had. And she turns around and goes, if you present that card to the right people, they will bring you back to me, safe. Without it, I can't guarantee your safety. Keep it on you at all times. It's the last thing I can do for you right now. You're free to leave whenever you want to. But please just know, everything that I did in the last 2 years has been to keep you and Lily, my daughter, safe. And she just sits down at the desk and waits for you to leave.
He's going to go through the door, take the handle, stops. You know, we still bought you flowers every day. Well, the anniversary. And he's going to leave.
As he walks down the hallway, past the front desk, you get into the elevator, goes up, and you walk out into the car park where Adam, still sitting there with the car, appears that he's just hung up the phone, and he looks and goes, heard you might need a lift home. And he opens the door, Mr. Hollow, if you wouldn't mind.
Bring me back.
He closes the door and drives you back to your apartment. Safely. No conversation. Pulls up out in front of your apartment. Gets out, opens the door for you again. And lets you walk back inside.
When I get back into the staircase of my building, I'm going to send one message to Emory because I don't think the other will understand with the code, the military code of red alert, basically.
Okay.
And that's it. He's going to walk and get back to Lily and hug her, I think.
She's kind of confused when you walk into the apartment. She's like, where have you been? You said you're just supposed to answer a call. That was 2 hours ago, bro. What the heck?
I'm sorry.
And then you grab her in a hug.
I'm sorry.
And she's like, okay, is everything okay? What?
Yeah.
She sort of doesn't question. She's just enjoying the hug because you're not a very touchy-feely person. Brandon's a little confused as
sorry.
well. And we're gonna leave Victor and Lily there. And we're actually gonna take a really quick break, folks. I know normally we go a bit longer, but I think we might need a break after that. So go and stretch, get a drink, go hug your loved ones, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you went and got a drink, moved your body, relaxed a little bit. You know, got a bit of fresh air maybe, touched a bit of grass. It's getting a bit serious around here at the moment. But we are going to jump straight back into it here. So, cross back over now to Nick and Emory. Nick, you've invited Emory over to the apartment for the evening to catch up. You obviously, considering Emory's aversion to any kind of rideshare, considering circumstances, you would hop in your car, drive over, pick her up, bring her back to the apartment. Just before you leave, however, Nick, you receive a message. And it's a message that I sent you in your chat.
Mm-hmm. So is it like a voice message?
It is a voice message, yes.
Nick takes a calming breath because he doesn't need to be a part of the floor rage problem that we all know is a thing. So he's gonna go pick Emory up and bitch about it later.
Yeah.
when he gets back with Emory.
So you guys get back to the apartment. And you are greeted by the sound of a slightly sleepy, grumpy raven as you enter.
Nick. Nick looks on edge. Like, it's very obvious. He's pretty well composed. He is on edge, and he's just gonna slide his phone to Emory and play the voice memo. Turn the volume up so she can hear it. And I'll read it.
Hold on. I'm just going to pull it up and I'll happily read it for you if you'd like.
Okay, go ahead.
You hear a masculine voice come through the phone. I don't have time to explain. It isn't what you think it is. So sometimes what we see isn't what's under the surface. Just because you care about someone doesn't mean you can keep them safe. I tried, I'm sorry. And the voice message cuts out.
So that happened right before I came to pick you up.
I assume it's probably the potential contact that brought you here then?
Yep, sure was. Nick goes over to his tea kettle. He's making some tea to calm himself. It's a nice Earl Grey with lavender.
Of course.
Emory, are you a tea drinker at all?
I can be.
Okay, I'll make you a nice latte out of this. And he starts doing all of that while they're talking. So I had an interesting run-in with a sergeant cop of some various rank who just so happened to have the same name as that bloodsucker we were after. Same last name.
Oh.
Now, with some things that were told to me by a colleague, I kind of don't know if it was him or not, or if it might have been family. He had that look in his eye, like he was after him. But I was hoping maybe with your contacts within the police, you could maybe do some digging.
Certainly. I can do that.
Cool. Do you ever just sometimes get the random feeling that life has a funny way of, like, slapping you in the face, pointing at his phone?
Always. Constantly.
Okay. Also, let me go get my little friend. And he walks into his bedroom, grabs Barnabas, just hobbles out with him. This is Barnabas. He is a sweet little burb. I rescued him, the animal shelter.
Very cute. And we will kind of look them over, see.
You are given an eye of derision from the bird. Sort of just sussing you out, looking at you, just not letting you get too close. You get a little bit too close, he sort of hops up around the back of Nick's head and just sort of peers out at you.
Yeah. Emory doesn't tend to get too close to birds.
Now, I have a question. Are you going to attempt to look into a DeLuca in the police force? Like, are you going to make a phone call at all, or what are you going to do about this?
Yes, I will contact. Actually, I can contact my contact. Funnily enough, could I also contact the other person I know?
Names, please.
So, Colonel.
You want to contact the colonel about a Sergeant DeLuca in the police force?
Sure.
You make your phone call. It is a Saturday night. You get a voicemail that you can leave a message at. Because she doesn't tend to take.
This is just like cover basis. She's calling both.
Okay, so she's calling the Colonel, Colonel Snyder, and who else?
Rufus.
Okay, so you're not going to call the person at the police precinct that you know?
Well, is Nick's like it's recent only, correct? So yeah, I guess I would call Josh. That makes more sense.
Okay. So if you give Josh a call,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be like, "What's up, Gaines?"
Hello, I actually need you for something other than our particular group.
I'm doing well, thanks. What do you need from me now?
I am looking to see if there's any reports, or what are we looking for exactly? Just like if there is someone who is.
Right.
I'm like holding the phone. Is that what
Nick
we're
is
looking
gonna
for?
Nick is gonna go. You know, there's a mute button, right, Emory?
Don't patronize me. What?
If there is like a sergeant or a cop by the last name of
So just if
Luca,
there is someone.
yes.
Okay. Yes. So I'm looking for a potential Sergeant DeLuca within the area.
Okay. Reason?
Last potential mark had the same last name. They looked similar, right?
Remind me, storyteller, did they look similar?
But looked like a
No.
brother of some kind.
There was
No.
like no familial relation at all in the looks.
They had the same last name as the last mark we had, and there was concern of potentiality.
I swear, Gaines, you give me some of the strangest phone calls sometimes. And you know what I do.
Hmm.
I'm at work tomorrow. I'll have a look through the system then. It's kind of hard to do.
Appreciate it.
And you sort of pay a little bit more attention. You hear like the sounds of a restaurant in the background. It's kind of hard to deal with that when you're out at dinner. But I'll see what I can do. Text me through the information.
Will do. And then she will do that.
And he just hangs up.
Seeing the text from Victor.
And that is about when the text from Victor comes through. Just
Oh,
says,
that's nice.
red alert.
Okay. What questions did you have for me? Because it looks like we need to speed it up just a little bit.
Why? What's
Because
on fire
Victor
now?
just gave me a red alert, which means that we need to gather together.
Oh, fuck, I hope he's alright. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't even believe in God, but anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, we could talk in the car. That was really it. You want a cup of tea to go? I got a couple travel mugs.
Yes,
over there.
please. Do you
Alright.
have any coffee too? Maybe to quick pour?
He goes and shuffles through the drawer, and he's like, "We'll bring these. I have a Keurig at the
Yeah.
cell." He just grabs a handful of Keurig pods and shoves them in a bag.
Yep.
And then he goes to put Barnabas
Sorry.
up.
Yeah.
He goes to put Barney up.
I will text Ella to meet at the cell.
Yep. Nick is gonna text William as he's out the door. Hey, we need to meet ASAP. He texts William.
Okay. So with that, we are actually going to cross to William. So here's your question, William. After spending your time hiring workers for around your house, some of whom are well-muscled and look fairly capable, one of them, who's the cleaner, looks more like they're going to steal something from the house and, change the sheets. But you have been told that they are capable through the recruiting agency that Dustin gave you a card for. But you've spent your day researching So I'm assuming you've been doing so at the museum itself,
No,
considering what you're
He's been-
doing.
he's actually probably considering what he's doing. He doesn't want to be walked in on or spied on by a certain individual.
I am going to get
So
you to give me
he's-
a wits and awareness before you say anything else for the few times you may have turned up there since your altercation with Robert.
That is 4 successes on a crit, and I think I'm keeping that.
The time or two that you have gone to the museum to check in or pick up supplies, Robert's office has been closed, locked, the shade drawn, and his nameplate removed from the office door. If you ask the director, she will tell you that he is on leave for an indeterminate amount of time due to discrepancies that were raised. She will not tell you anything else.
Well, how disappointing, but not unforeseen. Still, considering the wide reach and the rather obscene control of the organization that partially looking into in this thing, he's probably not actually going to do much of this research at the museum.
Okay?
He's probably going to do it in his new fancy schmancy computer
Yep.
lab in his own home.
Which is essentially William's office with a new router, fantastic brand new desktop. This PC is on fire. It is amazing. You have set up your dual screens on it. If you need to do something, you can do it. You have a good VPN set up. You've gone through everything that you remember Grover teaching you.
Do we think it can play Fortnite?
I think it can play World of Warcraft. Possibly even Baldur's Gate 3 on the highest settings. So, you sit down on the Saturday morning. And what exactly is it that you are looking for, William?
So William knows what Sable has done is take people who have been either rejected by the Arcanum or has seemingly attempted to build a parallel infrastructure for every single one of the different hunter factions that exist. Every single one of the organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's trying to do is he's going to attempt to do 3 things. First, check that the Arcanum intranet that he has access to is the actual Arcanum intranet and not a Sable plant.
Mm-hmm.
Second, if he does have access to the actual Arcanum intranet, he's going to attempt to look for information upon Sable Industries as best as he can and any pending lawsuits or trademark infringements against the Arcanum that they may have done in their recent in their recent issues, and if they haven't, he's going to go back and find the building company that was related to the Arcanum and file that away to the Arcanum legal. And then finally, he's going to look for information on what may have caused Robert Mercius to be removed from the Arcanum, as well as any other potential Sable recruits that may have been members of the Arcanum at one point or another.
Okay. I'm going to get you to make me... We are going to make this 2 rolls to gain some of this information. One of them will be we can put into your downtimes, because that's a lot. But I'm going to get you to make me 2 global access edge tests, please. Using
now-
your library. Using your tech lab.
One moment, I need to count how many that is now.
It's a few.
It's a number. It's a rather high number.
Mm-hmm. As you sit down and flex your fingers and start attempting to weave your way into what you view as the Arcanum intranet and looking for details that might not be as genuine as they seem.
I'm going to do some re-rolls
Mm-hmm.
because 5 successes is not enough when you have a 10 on one die.
Okay. I'm just going to remind
Just
Okay.
5 successes.
I'm going to remind everybody, please keep track of your willpower because that may become relevant this session or next. For all of you. So with 5 successes, William, that is on the first test. You start to probe around the edges of what you view as the Arcanum intranet. You are able to get into the coding. You're able to get into the main server. It does appear to be based where you know it should be based, which is in London. It does appear that the intranet is Arcanum, as you know it to be. However, with 5 successes, as you start to look for anything in relation to Sable Enterprises in the Arcanum intranet, you find yourself locked out of areas. Access denied. Insufficient clearance. I am now, however, going to get you to make me a second edge test.
Do I get desperation?
You do, desperately.
How many?
Well, how desperate is William in this situation? That's the question.
Considering what he knows about Sable Enterprises? Very.
We'll say you can have 3. Because this is not life or death. Yet.
I'm going to re-roll some more failures.
Uh-huh.
And it was worth it. 8 successes on a crit.
No overreach or despair.
No overreach or despair!
On
For the
8,
first time!
on 8 successes with a crit, you start diving into this. You start to remember some of the basics that Grover taught you. Then you start to remember some of the more in-depth work. You start seeing the patterns and you start to reach deeper into the intranet itself, bypassing a couple of security clearances, but not as high up as you'd hope to, but a lot more. So you are able to gain this information. Sable Enterprises is a known group who have been a thorn in the side of the Arcanum and several other organizations for over a century. They are known to pick up slighted, rejected members of other organizations, including Arcanum, SI, Orpheus, more recently Monster X, even Society of St. Leopold. People who have been kicked out, people who have been disgraced for one reason or another. The information about who is at the top of Sable or what it actually does is still locked behind a wall you can't quite get through, even with 8 on a crit, which tells you that this is pretty locked knowledge. Not surprising. The Arcanum lives on secrets after all. They don't do much, they just sit and watch. Now, you are asking about the building? What do you mean by the building? Can you clarify that for me, please?
Not the building. I thought what I meant to say was, what Robert had done to incriminate himself, and where he and potentially other recruits of Sable that are Arcanum rejects might have done to put them in that position.
So there is a list of about 6 individuals in the last 2 decades who have been recruited by Sable. Going through, Robert's name is very obviously there. They state stripped of accreditations due to plagiarism and fraudulent activity, but that's what put him on warning. What got him removed was an incident in Milan. Where he refused to hand over evidence when one certain Maxwell Barnett was found deceased. He withheld crucial information that could have led to the understanding of what happened and could have exonerated a couple of individuals of any wrongdoing.
I'm back.
Sorry, how much did you hear? 131.
Robert was on the list, obviously on the list, and then it cut out.
Okay, so Robert was on the list. Along with him, and it was because when everything happened, so he was accused of the plagiarism that you're already aware of, and that put him on probation. The final straw for Robert was withholding of evidence and information in the case of one Maxwell Barnett's death. He withheld important and crucial eyewitness testimony and refused, even under coercion, to disclose what he saw when he arrived. because he was the first on scene. That withholding of information, as you can understand, the Arcanum being a group that pride themselves on gathering information, was the final straw. And he was cast out. And subsequently, within the next 3 months, picked up by Sable. The postulation or the theory that is put in his file is blackmail over the safety of his charge and the whereabouts of Mrs. Barnett. From that you can gather they used you as leverage to get him. They have kept tabs on his location. And you can see where the documents for and against William's acceptance into the real Arcanum. You uncover those files. You almost weren't offered a place, regardless of your lineage. There is one letter there that is a plea from Robert to accept you into their ranks. And in doing so, he agreed to formally withdraw from any and all investigative work and potentially from Sable. The return correspondence is that he had 6 months to completely withdraw from the organizations in total. Otherwise, they would start to withdraw their support of your case and being a part of the Arcanum. You know, William, it's been longer than 6 months. That's why Robert probably never wanted his name on any of the documents. Because he wasn't even supposed to be there anymore. It's at about that time. You get a message from Nick.
He looks at his phone. He looks at the message from Nick saying, urgent meeting. He sends back his own text that says, I'll be there in 5. And then he sends a singular text to Robert that says, I know what you did. I'm sorry.
You know, with some more modern phones, you can see if a message is delivered or not.
It's not delivered.
So, as William prepares to get in his Prius and head to the museum, we are going to cross to Ella. Now, considering you've had a reasonably busy week, discovered some very interesting information about your uncle's movements. Davis' movements
Mm-hmm.
and how they are slowly tracking closer.
Mm-hmm.
There's something you were starting to try to focus on to get an idea of. What was that?
Who the little girl was in Dustin's picture.
For those who might recall, at the meeting at William's house, Dustin showed a picture of himself, a woman, and a little girl. And the little girl was familiar to Ella. But a few times, pictures or individuals have been familiar lately. So I'm going to get you, please, to make me an intelligence insight roll.
Okay. And a real great pool for me. I'm just kidding.
Well, you can choose intelligence insight to remember, or
Mhm.
you can choose intelligence investigation to go through the digital photo albums that you would probably have from your parents' house.
Oh. I mean, they're the same pool.
I just need to know which one it is. Are you remembering or are you investigating?
You know what? I'm gonna investigate. Does that make sense for her?
Yep. All right.
That's. I need to re-roll that. That's some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Two.
2. You know what? I'm going to be nice. I'm going to let that be the morning while the coffee's kicking in.
Okay.
You start to go back through all of the family photos. Now, you guys have moved a lot since, everything happened. So not all of the photos are digital, but you're going through them, you're scrolling through, going to get through them all, and not all of them, you're sort of like, that doesn't make sense. You do come across that one of your uncle again, with that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of stop and you actually pay a little bit extra attention to it. You sort of zoom in a bit. That face is familiar. The face of that little girl is familiar.
Is it the same face?
No, not the same as one in Dustin's photo. But it's tickling the back of your brain, you can't figure it out. So you keep looking through. You can't quite put your finger on it. It's not quite there. I'm going to get you to make me one more roll. Same roll.
Same roll.
Yep.
Okay.
For the afternoon. Except this time, you're going to add 2 dice as a hand on your shoulder pushes you towards the cupboard that you have some boxes and almost reminds you that there is a box of photos in the cupboard. Connor's a nosy shit. He watches everything you've been doing. He's going to remind you there's a box of photos in the cupboard. So you're actually going to get 2 additional dice for this.
Okay, buddy. gonna
as your heightened
I'm gonna-
emotional state seems to trigger something in Connor.
use a willpower again.
Mm-hmm.
5.
5. You start sifting through this box of photos. And these are old photos. These are the last of the family photos that survived all of the moves. The ones you hadn't quite gotten to digitizing yet. And you're going through and you're going through and you're going through. And then you stop. You knew you'd seen that photo before. It is the exact same photo. There is Dustin McLaren standing next to a dusty-haired woman with a little girl standing between them. It's an older photo in your case, obviously. His looks like he's reprinted a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And you turn it over. And it says, Grandpa Dustin with Grandma Jan and Janine, their daughter.
What the fuck?
Janine being your mother.
What the fuck? That would make him our great-grandfather?
Your grandfather, yes.
Grandfather? Jesus Christ.
On your mother's side, no less.
Mm-hmm.
While you are left sitting there with that knowledge, you go back through. Would she stick on that photo or would she keep looking through?
Nah, she's like a dog with a bone when it comes to that kind of stuff. She's gonna keep looking.
You see a photo as you're coming through of your uncle, your father, your mother, a different woman standing next to your uncle that you haven't met before, what appears to be you and your sister in front of your parents, and in front of your uncle and this other woman, that little girl again. The photo of your uncle. You stop and you take a closer look. Ellie, you might want to put some whiskey in your coffee tonight because it's Deva.
No fucking way! No. As a little girl, standing in front of.
The one thing I will give you, she does not have the same hair color. She does not have the same complexion as either your uncle or the woman standing next to him.
Okay.
It's at about this time you get the message from Emory. While you're sitting in the Airbnb in the apartment, possibly reaching for a coffee, possibly reaching for a whiskey, still wondering whether or not you should be going through any more photos. But with a gentle squeeze of Ella's shoulder, Connor seems to read the room and the hand disappears like, uh-oh.
Gonna take those 2 pictures,
Mm-hmm.
put them in her bag
Mhm.
after reading the text. Send the "be there soon" text and leave.
Jump in your car. And you start heading in. Now, on that note, unusually for us, we're going to have a second really quick break. Don't go away for too long. Grab a drink. Take a breath. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for understanding with that quick little break. All of my players apparently needed a moment. But we are going to bring us back in as everybody slowly, or rather rapidly, starts to converge on the museum. It's a known meetup for you guys. It is your original safe house. You have your watchmen there, you have your security systems. Even with the people that you know may be able to access it, you do know that this is a relatively safe location. Victor, you would be one of the first to arrive. Now here's the question. Are you going to leave Lily and Brandon at home?
For now, yeah.
So as you leave the apartment, she's going to be where are you going? What's going on?
I have. Don't worry, I will be back.
We're supposed to be spending tonight. You said you were going to come and spend the time and get to know Brandon,
Yeah,
and then you left.
I know.
And you're leaving again. What's going on?
Everything will be fine. Something come up. I love you. Okay?
Make me a manipulation subterfuge roll, please. As you tell your sister that everything will be fine.
Manipulation and
subterfuge.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because do you really know that
Um,
everything's going to be fine? Do you really believe that?
I hope. No, I don't have desperation for that, right?
No.
Yeah, no.
Not,
Meh,
not
that's better than nothing. One.
She looks at you and she's like, I don't believe you. What the hell is going on, Victor? If you're leaving,
Trust me.
I'm coming with you. I've had enough. You keep making promises and you keep leaving. I'm coming with you and you can explain on the way.
I can't do that. It's so. I just.
Why not? What the hell?
Because I love you.
That's got nothing to do with how sketchy you're being, you manipulative shit.
Language.
All right, Captain America. Jesus. Fine. Leave.
I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure. Go. Fine. See what I care.
He's going to leave.
I need you to make me a wits and awareness as you leave the building.
Time for this shit. Wits and awareness. Better than nothing. 2.
Okay. As you leave, you close the door behind you. You go and get in your car. You do not notice anything around you. And you head to the museum. You are the first person to turn up. You head on in
He's going.
because you have your after
Yeah,
hours
he's
pass.
going. Just before that, he's going to make a quick detour to gather stuff he got from the other safe house with Emory.
Yep.
Take the cork board,
Yep.
the cell,
Okay.
and actually like get into the cell, placing the board. Hidden for now because he has to things first.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. As you walk in, there's a couple of guards on, they're like, oh, evening. Sort of give you a bit of a head nod.
Evening.
You arrive and you're able to get all that organised. As the next two to arrive would be Nick and Emory.
Nick with the Keurig pods in bag, big giant mug of tea with proper amounts of cream and sugar, and Emory in tow. With a quickness, hobbles up the steps. And into the safe house.
I need both Nick and Emory to give me wits and awareness rolls, please.
Ah, fuck. I probably after this should buy that dot of awareness, but alright. Yep, nope. Nick ain't seeing shit. He's a man on a mission.
What? You guys are on the move. You are heading on in. You do not notice anything out of the ordinary whatsoever. As you come barreling into the safe house, essentially through William's office, out the back, and Victor is already there with a few things set up. His very normal duffel bag he's got with him as he spins around, almost on edge, to look at the pair of you.
Whoa, what's going on?
Hello.
Hello. Glad you make it. Take a seat.
Okay.
All right. At this point, Victor has put Nick on edge, and after what happened at the party that William threw, for
We
his on comfort, he is gonna go ahead and sort of prep himself mentally to activate the if he needs to. So he's not activating it; he's just prepping.
Understood.
Thank you. Thank you to actually respond like that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. What's wrong?
I think everybody wants to hear that. But
Okay.
I have two things to settle first. Yeah, sorry.
William, you would probably be the fourth person to arrive. Give me a wits and awareness, please. As
Somebody,
you enter the
please.
museum.
Save our ass, William.
Because of the way that security worked and the safe house rating worked, do I get any bonuses to my awareness pool?
To do that with the security, you would need to be accessing the video footage, because that is how we have specified that it works in the past. I am asking for your wits and awareness as you walk up using your own eyes. I am taking those things into account when it comes to the difficulties. So
Okay.
it is being adjusted on the difficulty end based on that.
Since this is an information gathering role, and considering how urgent Nicholas's text was, do you think William would be paranoid enough to get desperation?
Not in this sense, because whilst yes it is gathering information technically on the hunt, this is more of a really quick look around as you enter the museum itself.
Okay, I thought I'd try.
Understood.
I'm gonna re-roll some failures.
Okay. Please keep a track of that willpower, because it's all still the same day, guys.
That is
Don't
7
worry, I'm
successes
kidding.
on a crit.
7 successes on a crit. William, as you pull up in your Prius, start to head into the museum, you see a little sky blue hatchback parked across the road and down a bit, with what appears to be a young girl and a young man in the car. I forget, have you ever met Lily?
I don't think he has. I don't think William has.
I thought he did. Out of character, real quick. He met him with Nick, because Nick has met them on the
Yes.
steps of the museum, and
They-
William was with him.
You met Brandon, but you didn't meet Lily. So you would recognize
Oh,
Brandon.
okay.
Yeah, you would recognize Brandon in the passenger seat. So with William's intelligence, it would be easy to put together that that's probably Lily in the front seat, driving.
William's going to shoot them a look. He's going to walk over to that blue hatchback. He's going to knock on the window and just stand there.
The girl winds the window down. Can I help you?
Are you Lily Hollow?
Brandon sort of pipes up and goes, "It's all right. I think he works with your brother." Yes? Who are you?
Come inside. I think we need to have a conversation with Victor.
I think that'd be really good. I'd like to know what the hell he's doing. Come on, Brandon. So they get out, they lock the car, and they're going to follow you in. Now, Ella, as you pull up, you see William leading Lily and Brandon into the museum as Victor's nightmare is about to happen.
She's
Because-
just gonna.
She rolled 3 successes on following you. And you only got 2 to see her.
She's just gonna be rubbing her temple as she's walking up behind them.
So, Lily and Brandon follow you very diligently, William. You do notice that Lily seems to keep her hand in her jacket pocket. With that, 7 successes with a crit, she seems to keep her hand in her jacket pocket, and the pocket looks fuller than it should be.
As
And Brandon's very much like, sort of posturing up a little bit, trying to look tough. But it looks more like a protective thing over Lily than anything else.
Ella's just rolling her eyes. Can we just get this over with? I really need to talk to you guys, and I'd rather these two not be here.
Lily
One
looks at you and
moment.
looks like, oh, hi Ella. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Lily. I really got to talk to the group about some work stuff. I'd really rather you and Brandon not be here for it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You want to get my brother to actually talk to me? I'm coming in. I'm sick of this shit.
Sure, can he talk to you at your place about it?
I've already been invited in. Haven't I, William?
indeed she has, but we're going to need to check you in with security real quick.
Sure. I thought this was
Fine.
just a museum.
It is just a museum, but this is after hours.
Victor works with me in the restricted section.
Okay. So she sort of follows you,
I'm-
and where are you going with this? Like, alright.
So, we're taking her to the head of the Gifted Watchman,
Yeah.
who's going to pat her down because he doesn't trust whatever she has in her pocket, and pat Brian down because he
Brandon,
doesn't
yeah.
trust that Brandon down because he doesn't trust that he doesn't have a knife on him or something. Just to make certain that if this gets violent, it won't be deadly.
Okay. As the security guard pats Brandon down, he doesn't find anything. When he pats Lily down, he does pull a pistol out of her pocket.
Really, kid?
Well, you tried to sneak these onto the campus grounds.
Come off
I
it.
think
I
that's-
know my brother. Don't even bother.
I
He's
think
probably
that's
bought
grounds
worse here.
for. He is head of our security.
And why do you think I carry this? He taught me to keep myself safe.
Yeah,
I
but you're a
think-
guest, and you're not even supposed to be here right now, so...
You are not authorized to carry weapons in this area, don't you say? What would you say that would mean grounds for expulsion from the campus permanently?
Are you saying that Florida laws say that I'm not allowed to carry this?
This
Oh,
is
no, you're-
private property, that's a difference.
This is private property.
Cool. Fine. Expel me from campus. Whatever.
I don't think your school would like that, though.
It's spelled from campus it's spelled from a local museum.
Cool.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sweep this under the rug. However, we are going to confiscate this for the time being. Mainly because I don't want you taking this into a conversation with Victor.
Yeah.
I know how hot-headed your brother can be, and so I'm certain that runs in the family.
What kind of family do you come from? Do you think we're gonna hurt each other? What the fuck?
I come from a family of aristocrats.
He's kind of a rich boy, he doesn't understand.
Fine.
Just let security hold it till you leave.
Fine. She hands it to the security guard.
You have a permit for that, right?
We're
No.
not going to report this. We are not police. I'm certain Victor doesn't have permits for half the weapons he brings in this place.
Jesus
It's
fucking Christ.
fine.
Get a permit for it, kid. You're old enough. Jesus. Fuck.
Alright, whatever.
Brandon, thank you for not bringing in any weapons. You are a very responsible young man. This way.
He is pale. He didn't realize she had that on her. And he's like, what the fuck, babe? What? He's, in over his depth right now. Did they follow you?
Come on.
So now, William's going to open the door to his office and say, just wait here, and I'll call Victor.
Ella's
And
gonna
he's-
wait with them.
Are you
And
going to
he's
ask
going
them to
to-
wait in the office, or are you going to ask them to wait outside the office?
No, he's gonna ask them to wait in the office. He's gonna hit a little buzzer because I'm certain he has installed a buzzer at some point with their
Of course.
their multiple dots of security.
Yes.
Victor, can you come to the office, please?
You hear through the intercom William asking you to come to his office.
You know something, Emory? Nick?
It's William.
It's William.
Can I check the cameras?
Yes.
Oh no!
Intelligence and technology roll, please.
Oh, this is gonna go horribly wrong for everyone involved.
I fucking love it.
Intelligence and
Check.
technology.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
And how many dots of security have you guys got here? 2?
3.
3
now.
dots, so you get an additional 3 on that.
It's a 3 successes.
That's all you need. As you check the cameras and you see your sister and her boyfriend standing in William's office with William and Ella.
He's going to fucking fail like
Just goes
You're
white.
right. Nick will get up at that point because he's watching Victor. Look at the camera. He would recognize Brandon and go, "Oh fucking god damn it!"
we have a problem. We
Go in through the
Um,
lab.
okay.
Go in through
fuck,
the lab.
fuck.
Hey,
Okay,
Victor.
okay.
Victor, go out through the lab and go in through the front door, please.
Okay. Yeah. Good idea. Yeah. What do we see? What the fuck am I
Hurry.
supposed to say?
Hey. Ella's in there.
Right,
She's
yeah,
really good at lying. She's really good
Yeah.
at lying.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I need
she's-
you to calm down. Just
Yeah.
he has got Victor in like the brotherly shoulder clap of like, "Dear God, calm down."
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
she's-
looking
she's a
Victor
good
right
liar.
in his. Hey.
Yeah.
We were just had an emergency meeting at the office. We were doing some research and we got some good test results. Let Ella lie through her teeth like she always does. She's good for it. But I
Yeah,
need you to act like you're not doing any shady goddamn shit in here. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Pull yourself
Yeah.
together, man.
I'm fucking sorry. I didn't know. Like, fuck. He's going to go out on the correct path.
So you head out through the lab, into the hallway,
Yeah.
and you come in through the door, and you walk into William's office door, and your sister is sitting there leaning up against the desk. Good to see you, bro.
What are you doing here?
Spending my Saturday evening with my brother. Took you a while to get here.
We
a bit
talk
of
about.
you went a bit of a roundabout way to get here. Whose house is that other place you went to?
I work here. I was called here. Something's wrong. He's going to look at Ella and William. Did they? Why are you so tense? Something happened? Did she
Well,
get in trouble?
There was a slight incident before she came in here, and security took a pistol off her. But
That's not an incident. That's a search.
you should
That
be
is-
very proud of your sister, Victor.
Oh.
She takes her personal security very, very responsible.
Are you okay? Everything is okay, Brand.
Brandon sort
she's
of
fine. I
looks at
think
you
she's.
like Brandon looks at you like she said we had to go and see what you're doing. I just came
Yeah,
home from night. He's sort of looking, going, "What the fuck have I walked in on?" Like this kid's just like this. You see the look on his face? He's like starting to second guess the family.
Ella just pats him on the shoulder, like, "You'll be fine, kid."
Yeah, I'm sorry. I needed. We got a thing here. Some research. Isn't it, Ella? We are really in lack of personnel here, so we try to, Hey,
She's really starts just looking at Victor.
he's crying for help on Ella's side, and William looking at them, fucking at me.
Look. There's some research going on here in the lab. They got some results that needed to be tended to. Victor helps me with the security side, as well as my sister. And there was no one else who could come in and help me tend to that. So I called him in.
Who was the guy that just took my gun then?
That was one of our other security guards that are watched over by Victor and Emory. You see, Victor and Emory run our security as the heads of my team. However,
As well as me.
due to some as well as you, yes, of course, Ella, but you are our investigative director.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have access to sufficient funding to hire more guards. Why wouldn't I? They
I'm
are
sorry.
the operational managers, and then they are their foot soldier.
Right. Whoever would like to can make me a manipulation subterfuge roll, please, with 2 help dice.
That would be me.
I think it should definitely be Ella, because my pool is 4 with the 2 help dice.
So
would be
while
My body is a puddle right now.
so while this is going on, does Nick have time? Does their audio feed coming through the camera in the office?
If you wanted to, yeah. But hold on, so you can listen to all of this, yes.
Yes. So what Nick is gonna do? He's gonna be like, "Grab the popcorn, Emory. Come here. This is, goddamn, this is better than reality television." And just kind of
Emory
motion
does.
her over.
She's making like pots of coffee.
Yeah. Nick throws the Keurig pods at her for Ella. Nick is sipping on his tea. Probably
Right.
pulled out a bottle of whiskey.
6.
6. Brandon looks sold. He's like, "Man, that seems legit. Come on. You can talk to him later." She just sort of looks at your... She looks directly at Victor.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to worry you.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Shady shit. Saturday night at a museum. Research. Breakthroughs.
Shit happens.
Apparently runs in the family. Now you just sound like mum.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. Whatever. I'm sure that one day you'll make it up to me, won't you?
Yeah,
Please.
of course.
Uh-huh. Just like my
I
birthday
couldn't-
when you were working. Alright. Yeah. Sure.
Take it like that.
No. You live your life, Victor. It's... I thought we were getting somewhere. But whatever. It's fine.
But we are.
Yeah. Sure. Enjoy your research breakthrough. I'll see you whenever you decide to get home. She sort of looks at William. So do I talk to your goon at the front for my gun back?
You can, but do you want a tour of the laboratory first?
No.
I can show you the bones.
Ella's gonna glare at him.
I'm going
Yes.
to accompany you to your car.
Talk
No, thank
talk
you.
to the goon at the front
No.
for your gun.
I'll get my gun
talk
and I'm
to-
leaving. Victor, I don't want to talk to you right now. No, thank you.
Talk to the goons. Talk to the security guards at the front for your gun. They will escort you back to your car. Just make certain it's safe. It's getting dark out.
Ooh, it's spooky. Maybe
This is
something...
not the safest. This is not the safest area of town. Even I carry a gun on me this late at night.
It's a museum and the goddamn commercial precinct. Whatever. Alright, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you, Victor. If you decide to actually come home and do as you say you're going to. Bye. And she
Sorry.
walks out, she just whatever.
Get home safe, Lily.
Yeah, thanks. And she walks out in quite a huff and she stalks down that hallway. For those who are watching on the security camera, she stalks down that hallway towards the security guard, almost snatches the weapon back from him, puts it back in her pocket, stalks out the door. Almost, you see her go over her shoulder like, will you just hurry up? Like, telling poor Brandon off. This kid's just like, the fuck kind of thing? You can see, he's just, what's going on? And they get back to the car, and you just see on the edge of the security cameras at the front of the museum, the car takes off like a bat out of hell. She spins the wheels. She is pissed.
While all of that is happening,
I-
Nick is going to lean over to... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, Victor, you have been at the end of Lily losing her temper when she cannot get the information and get what she wants before. You almost feel a bit sorry for Brandon right now. Because you know what he's copping in that car. Go ahead.
And then ain't a feel. When Lily makes the comment about, to what William said about all the scary shit in the dark, Nick leans over to Emory. God, what would I kill to not be aware of all the spooky shit that actually goes on?
Yeah,
Ignorance really is bliss, isn't it?
truly is.
Well,
Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I have shit to tell you all, so...
I prepare something before anything. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
She's going to be miles down of me. I'm going to die. That's.
We can handle your teenage sister. Let's go. I need something stronger than coffee.
Thank you for laying on me.
well,
No problem.
I don't think they're going to be coming back here anytime soon. That did not go as planned. Oh well.
Let's just go
I
find
am-
the other two.
I have stuff to tell you. Fuck. Let's go.
Okay.
I also have stuff to tell all of you. I have so many things.
You're in that mood. Okay.
You guys walk back out to the safe house to see Emory and Nick kick it back with a snack and some coffee. sort of, they spin around and look at you. You can tell they've been watching the cameras as they give you a bit of a grin and a nod there, Victor.
Don't mention it. Like, just don't.
Nick lets out a chuckle. Oh boy, do I have shit I need to tell you all.
Same.
Just take it, guys.
Is there coffee for Ella?
Emory will give her coffee.
She will go to where she knows there's whiskey hidden somewhere, and she
Mhm.
will pop
Oh,
the lid
no.
open and put whiskey in it.
You would see that Nick has a bottle of mid-shelf whiskey sitting on the security table, and it looks like he already flipped the lid off and poured some for himself and his coffee mug and his tea mug.
Ella will do it. Do the same.
Yep.
I
He
need-
goes, have at it.
I need this.
So take a seat, guys. I need to ask you something first. You have learned a lot, but I need stuff from you first.
Okay.
He's waiting. Just and it's going to stand while they take a seat, basically, just in front.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to start. Thank you for answering so quickly. A lot of shit goes down, but first, and just for the sake of my time and not yours, I have 2 demands to make to the cell right now, and I need that before I can share anything with you guys. And depending on your answers, I might be leaving Florida.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you to not interrupt me. I'm not asking this stuff, really often, but I need that before I can say anything. Everybody's okay with that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is what you wish.
First, I have a demand to do to the old cell. We need to have a hierarchy here. We need one face, one leader here. We have to go in the same direction. So I want that to be done tonight. I don't want to ask for permission for everything, for anything in the cell. I just want, could be really, really easy to tell that orders. But I need a direction. I need someone I can trust. I need a cell I can trust with my best interest at heart, because that shit happened like minutes ago. It's going to happen a lot more than now. We are stepping into the big playground, okay? So I need that now done now. Like, I need someone to lead the cell. I don't mean it's me. I don't mean it's nobody in particular, but we need someone to take care of things, because I'm losing my mind right now. And I can't do it anymore without someone to trust, someone to actually give me proper meaning to this.
Well, I would nominate Ella. I think she's probably the better individual for a face in a leading position. She knows the general gist of skills that we have and is easily able to apply them to missions that we may have.
Seconded.
I personally agree. She's really, well, liked by the police at the same point. She proved many times she can lie to the face of a lot of people. I can't lie, to be fair. But if Ella does not feel to actually lead the cell, I would go for Emory. She has experience in the terrain, in leading troops. That's my prerogative. I don't really see myself leading this cell, but if I'm nominated, I will do it. Just we need someone. That's my point of view, actually.
William, what do you think?
I have a few questions. What made you ever think you needed permission to do anything?
I was trained like that.
That training to get permission is training to get you to die for a cause. What we do here is survive, and leadership will only lead us to our death. What we need to do is we need to do survival together. Appointing a leader makes us weaker, because it means we only act on their permission.
I don't see like that. I don't see like that. I see like he has the last word on every bickering we have. He has the last word on every tense situation we have, and how the set is supposed to work, how the set is supposed to hunt, how the set is supposed to survive.
Why do we need someone to have a last word?
Because we can't have it by ourselves. And if we don't have it, we are going our separate ways, doing stuff behind the back of everybody and putting all of us in danger.
And why do you think that's going to change if we appoint a leader?
Because
Why do you think any of us are going to change how we do things because we've appointed
it's
a
a
leader?
responsibility of keeping us safe.
And yet, all of us have done our best to keep each other safe now.
I don't think every situation was like that.
As much as this conversation is enlightening and riveting, it's quite potential that we might want to move on to the next part of this and discuss a leader or not leading at another time.
I'm with Emory.
Me too.
If you really must have a leader, I must also reckon. However, my point has been made. I think appointing a leader makes us fragile. It makes us move forward towards our own death. But if that is what you must do in order to survive, then we may appoint a leader.
And you all agree on me?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have. Your action speak for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing. I need every last one of you to actually care about each member of the cell. Because if my information is correct, we are the only people who actually think about us and about our safety. I can't go into the cell and being talked like patronized or making fun of or having, I don't know, disrespectful words against me. I can't work like that, and I don't want to hurt any one of you just because of anger, of not controlling the situation, especially with, a precarious situation like myself. I can't have that here. You are with me or you're not, and I don't want to stay if I can't trust you guys, because you are actually the one the one people I can trust. And if I can't trust you, I'm not here. I'm gone.
That's understandable.
So I need to know that you are on the same boat as me, thinking of my best interest, because I will think of your best interest in mind. Not getting in the back, destroy someone without consulting any of us, maybe putting all of us in danger by, I don't know, being kidnapped.
Yeah, because that was my choice.
Yeah,
I don't think that
Yikes.
was
don't go
her
too over.
choice.
I don't.
Yikes.
Well, jokes aside, I need that, like right now, because if I can trust you, I will share my information. But I can't put you in danger and with my family that you see in the our front door, I can't deal with that if I don't have a stable ground to actually, trust. I need you guys. So, and if you're not on board, that's fine by me. But I will not be a part of that anymore. I can't. I am at a point of non-return.
Victor, I trust you with my life. And I don't say that lightly.
Victor, despite what I have said when you have made me irritated when working with you before, I have trusted you with my life, and I continue to do so. However, it seems as if you are holding back information because you believe we do not trust you. Is that the case?
I don't know if I can trust all of you with that information and sensible information with my personal life. And I don't want to share that, but I'm forced to if I want to keep myself for moving forward.
Well, let me ask you a question, Victor. If you share this information, or if you don't, what leaves you more safe? The protection of your friends, or handling on your own?
I don't know anymore.
I guarantee you handling it on your own will make you more safe.
I'm not safe here. And you can trust me about that. I'm not lying.
You're not. But you're not going to be safe anywhere you go from forward. We've stepped on too many toes.
Speaking of which, the toes that have been stepped on, I think I might have a way to smooth some of that over. He reaches into his bag and pulls out the 2 pages that Sarah gave him and just hands them to the cell to look at.
Victor, I trust you.
Emory, Nick, if you have anything to tell me.
Information-wise? Or if I trust?
Trust.
Of course I trust you. And I would hope that you trust me. I think our actions speak for ourselves between at least each other. I certainly care about my sister enough to trust her.
Yeah.
Hope you trust me.
And William is okay. And Nick, I trust him. I feel like he's a trustable man.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I trust Nick. William might piss me the fuck off sometimes, but
Well,
Eh.
pissing someone the fuck off and trust, as much as William, you piss me the fuck off also, are not mutually excluded things there. I do
yeah.
trust you, William, and I trust your competency.
I think your heart's in the right place most of the time.
His heart's always in the right place. His head's sometimes up his ass, but that's a different story.
There it is.
Love you, William.
I simply do
Well.
what I think is best.
I know.
Impulsivity happens. That's not something you can control when emotions are high.
Trust me, I've
It
made my fair
happens.
share of mistakes.
So have I. I think we all have.
Thank you.
And yes, Victor, I trust you as well. Let it not go unnoticed.
I think I trust you guys with all my gut. I'm normally not suspicious, paranoid person per se. I even if I don't fully understand sometimes what you are doing by your own, I think you have our best interest in mind, but I wanted to make sure you are aware that you are stepping in, in shit. So I will reveal what happened to me a couple of hours ago.
Okay.
I've been my haven, my safe place has been located by Sable. I've been, well, not threatened per se, but having clear threat into between the lines. Let's just say she or him. I don't really know the voice at the phone, but was aware that Lily, me, and Brendan were into my place, basically. I've received a bag with a cell phone, and that person asked me to two things. First, to back the fuck away from Sable. And as a gift, he asked me to get out of the building and enter a car where I didn't want to mention that, but if Lily and me have moved a long time ago, it's because my father was killed, brutally killed in a house, and my mother disappeared. And in the car, there was my mother
Oh my
working
god.
for Sable.
Jesus Christ.
She told me a lot of things. She changed mentally and physically. Even though I can recognize some part of her. It's really painful to actually tell you that. But she wanted me to follow her into a complex in the south of Florida, a Sable complex. There she actually told me what happened with my father, and she pretended she killed my father because of experimentation Sable have done on her. She changed, she blacked out, and Sally helped us escaped and leave me and my sister.
Sally?
Victor, I need you to stop.
Sorry, yeah.
This was in Montana?
Yeah. And I've done a couple research, and it's going to take the corkboard and flip it with everything pointed, even your contacts on it with red strings, photos. Nick, you see one photo of you of a footage, basically
So there is
on the side.
contained within some of the documents that he's got pinned up, Nick, from a cleanup job that you did in Montana. There is a photo of you in the mirror. It's blurry, but if you know the person, you can recognize who it is. You recognize these crime scene photos.
Mm-hmm.
You helped clean up after this. This was one of the jobs that Jack called you in on.
Yep.
Do we recognize him in the photo?
Someone points it out. It's yeah.
You
Look,
know
Victor
how
did.
I said I did clean up before I met you guys?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we already established that there was the chance that I was potentially running cleanup for Sable. Once we sort of undid this web. And Nick doesn't normally look angry. He's pissed. I had
So
no idea, Victor.
I know. I just I asked Sally to do a little research for me, and that's what she gave me. She looked really bizarre after I said I. She looked really bizarre. I can't be sure either my mother or Sally is involved willingly or not. My mother seems like a prisoner more than a, you know, a real person. She Sable picked her up after that.
Interesting.
I need help because my mother actually asked me to leave Florida because she's going to leave soon. And she asked me again to convince you guys to back off from Sable unless we are going to be killed.
So back off what we're doing or they're going to kill us?
Yeah. As you see, I'm not in board with the plan. Okay, I'm not here convinced, and I'm not here like as a double agent crossing you. As soon as I could, I contacted you because this fuck, it's too much for me alone.
At this point, there are a couple of you that probably have a few additional pieces of information that could lean towards this. There's a lot to discuss. If you look over what is there, you see all of the information that is contained within the chat that you guys can already see. You're now aware that Nick probably was involved in that cleanup. Is there anything else that anybody was going to add in this moment?
The Robert in Milan and the murder of my father. He doesn't know that Nick was involved in that, but he's going to throw that information up there as a tie to Robert and Sable Industries.
Real quick. Did we ever figure out if Nick remembered that or not? I can't remember.
Yes, you did.
At this point, Nick is just bearing all because this is really starting to piss him the fuck off. He looks directly at William. I also did clean up on that.
Oh, lovely. Well, Robert withheld information of it. So that linked him Sable. And that's how he is as he is now. Oh, and he also got me into the Arcanum by promising that he would leave Sable in 6 months, and then he didn't leave. And now he's disappeared.
I
Oh,
don't like that.
by the way, he's going to pull the card his mother, you know, uh, gave him. Gave him. I got that.
Emory, that is very familiar.
So we have to choose.
Does Emory say anything?
Nope.
Well, we know Dustin McLaren is and was involved in Sable, and she just puts down the 2 pictures. I went through our old family photo albums when I recognized his picture, and I found these in our old family photo. And she just pushes them forward. Dustin McLaren is grandpa.
What?
There's no way.
Emory and Ella, you never actually met your mum's dad. You never met your grandfather.
She flips the picture over that has the writing on the back. We never met him. And then she just pushes the one that has the picture of Deva in front of Emory. That one has me a little freaked out. And she just takes the bottle of whiskey and chugs.
Emory, you've seen enough photos of Deva over the last month or 2 with hunting her down to make the same connection that your sister made.
Gross.
Shut up.
Can we get back to something real quick? Because I'm a little concerned. Hypothetically speaking, how old should your grandfather be, based on y'all's age?
Well, I'm 26. Our mom should be, what, 50s? So he should be 70s?
Can
Dustin,
we just talk about how Dustin doesn't look like he's that old? He doesn't look old enough to be your grandfather.
Yeah, make no sense.
And I kind of have to tell you something about the other picture.
What about it?
Have I told you guys about my bitch of an ex-girlfriend?
yes.
No,
No.
not me.
William. She's kind of an evil bitch. She's also even more of an evil bitch because she's a bloodsucker.
No way. I'm sorry. Oh.
She's the other little girl in that picture.
What?
What?
Is that why you had so much information about vampires?
I don't know why she's the other little girl in that picture, and I'm not really sure if I'm ready to unpack that, but she's standing in front of her uncle.
That's what?
Ella, you've been holding back on me.
Gross.
Also,
I don't know if it's gross. I don't know what's happening. She just takes the whiskey bottle again and chugs again.
hey, save some for me for the after party. Jesus, Ella.
There is no after party. There is right now, and I don't know what's happening.
Well, if it stands to reason that Sable was doing experiments on Victor's mother, And if our grandfather worked for Sable, it's potential maybe he also was an experiment, and maybe that explains it. I don't know. I'm
Then-
grasping.
You
And what
guys,
is the deal?
you guys do know Dustin told you that he used to work for them, but he wanted to get out, which is why he agreed to help you guys with this.
Well, it appears Dustin may be keeping some secrets. I can't wait to have a conversation with Dustin about that.
You
Hmm.
fucking think?
My contact, Jack, the one that I've been working for the last 10 to 15 years of my life, sent me a voice memo saying things aren't what they seem. Nick is not going to play it, he's just going to read it. I don't have time to explain. It's not what you think it is. Sometimes what we see isn't what's under the surface. Just because you care about someone doesn't mean you can keep them safe. I'm tried, I'm sorry, and then it cut off. I
You
don't
think
know.
Sable cutting loose ends?
I think he was trying to stop me from being picked up by Sable by keeping me on the outskirts. Would be my first thought. However, I don't know if there was anything in specific he was trying to keep me away from. I can't remember. It's been so long ago.
I think we missed some part of the puzzle right now. I don't know. This is all I was able to find, and
Through all of this, Emory, you've been very quiet over there in the corner. Just absorbing the information?
Yep.
I have a little more information, Emory. I've been tracking Deva a little more. She's not in New Orleans anymore. She's in Pensacola.
She's in Florida?
As of 2 days ago.
Jesus Christ.
We should pay her a visit. Since she's our cousin.
Don't say that out loud.
Oh, Ella.
Don't.
Honey.
I'm gonna
You
throw up.
didn't know! You didn't
I'm-
know!
I'm gonna fucking throw up.
Here's the concerning question. Why don't we remember?
Why didn't Brian fucking say anything before?
William takes out his phone and just hits a button that plays Sweet Home Alabama. And then puts
I
it
will
back down.
fucking end your fucking life.
Nick goes to his meditation corner, puts in some earbuds. Because now he is very perplexed about what the hell Jack could be protecting him from. And he wants to, dig through and do a recall on anything specifically Jack might have said to him that would allude to what he's talking about in that voice message.
oh, by the way, guys, I think this has been dealt with.
Do you mean like? Or...
I don't know. The guy who actually called me, he was higher up. I mean, he pretended to be the one in charge, you know. He say he called her or get rid of her. I'm not sure of the tone of a phrase, you know, but I don't think we are going to see CC soon.
Could I have can I just borrow your phone just for a day? And I'll give
Yeah.
it back to you, I promise.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a burner phone. You can take it.
Cool, great. I'm going to do some research, see if I can pull up some call logs from what carrier do you use on this burner phone? Verizon?
I don't know. Actually it gave Someone gave it to me. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to see if I can get into the carrier, and then I'll see if I can get his voice pulled up, because if we can get his voice pulled up, we may have a lot more information than what he realizes.
Side note, as of
I
2
need to
days ago,
crash
Uncle
somewhere.
Bry was in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh,
I
he's
need,
hunting her.
Mhm.
What a bold move.
Yeah, he
guys,
was using a different name.
we probably need to move somewhere else. With the, let's say, my mother has a lot of information on us and very detailed, actually, like really fucking detailed.
It's
Then,
not like
I-
we're quiet.
I
Then
don't
there-
think we are, well, discreet enough, I guess.
if Sable has as much information as we believe it does, there's no way, no matter how far we move, no matter where we go, they're not going to have all the information on us as soon as possible. These people have lawyers, financial access to financial institutions. They likely have the bank contacts within the banks. They have contacts within the federal government. They have contacts within. There is no place we can hide. If they want to know information about us, there's nothing we can do to stop them. Moving is not going to do as really any amount of good.
How we are going to survive.
On that note, that's a question that maybe you can start to postulate and work on when we come back next week. Because, my lovely hunters, we are out of time for tonight's session. So to everyone listening and watching, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next week, because I think there's some big conversations that need to be had. Some planning needs to happen. We'll come back next time. See how they went. Keep your eyes on the ground, folks. Good night.